All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Let me just make sure you guys can hear me all loud and clear. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Happy Thursday, everyone. Happy post FOMC day, more likely. Good. Yeah, gold had a crazy drop last night, guys. Amazing drop on gold. Let's make this bigger. Make sure you guys can see me all loud and clear. Audio and video, awesome. Thank you, Bruno. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back, guys. If any guys are new here, welcome. My name is Aaron, also known as Aaron Trades. I've been trading for the past 8 years and mainly focus on gold futures here in the European session. Yeah, a few of us gave it. Yeah, after went bearish. Yeah, gold. Finally breaking out, guys. Finally breaking out. Gold having a decent sell-off here, guys. Now I'm gonna trade a combine this morning here, guys, because I did just request a payout. I was going to wait a little bit longer for that account, but I was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna take the payout. So I took a nice $3,000 out this morning. So I'm gonna focus on a combine here on gold, just because we are so low. Like, gold's had a crazy sell-off here today. Sorry, crazy sell-off yesterday, which it actually came in. It was getting priced in before FOMC. Before FOMC came out, you know, gold here at 10 a.m. London time absolutely smashed these liquidity levels. Unfortunately, I didn't get to short this yesterday on my XFA. I actually just locked myself out right after we jumped off our London stream. But it ended up pushing down beautifully. You guys remember, we were talking about gold to come down and liquidate these lows here. And basically was saying like how I wouldn't want to be a buyer on gold. So although I didn't get the shorts on my XFA, the reason I didn't get the shorts is because I didn't want to trade before FOMC. But what I did also say is I have zero desire to buy gold today. I had absolutely no desire to buy gold today for this exact reason, that we have these very nice liquidity levels here where anyone buying gold here risking off these lows. Now, how do we know that? Well, if gold's going to have a true move up or down, what do we know gold loves to do? Loves to come down, manipulate the lows before pushing higher. However, when you haven't manipulated the lows, that's what gold absolutely loves to do. Traps in early buys, ends up squeezing lower. And it ended up being a huge sell-off. So I did want to trade FOMC on like a combine just to get a feel for the markets, but because you dropped off so much before FOMC, that's the move that I was expecting, therefore I just didn't trade it. I didn't trade it. Any of you guys trade FOMC yesterday? You guys trade, you guys get short in Asia today? Did you guys get short in Asia? Again, bearish bias coming into Asia today, just shorting all day. Coming into London here as well, I do think we're going to get some more shorts here. And these ranges are back to being very big here, guys. That previous hourly candle, like that's almost 1,000 ticks. One micro, that's $1,000. It's ranges are back to being huge here, guys. Got a short 1,200 pre-London. Nice. Do you take this this hourly candle here, man? This hourly. Yep. Nice trade. Nice trade. Do you guys take anything in Asia? Yeah, I can see that double top. I was actually just looking at that as well. Would have been a reason to maybe hesitate here, but once this hour breaks out, then yeah, stay reactive, short here down into day lows. Nice. Did a few times in Asia for small losses. Finally came good. Got a 750 ticks for 1,500. Very nice, man. Very nice. Very nice. So for today in London, guys, I am looking to continue selling gold. You know, it's nice to see that gold's finally having a breakout. And what I was saying yesterday is, you know, we had gold in this one big. Oh, I'm chatting to support. Give me some more money. Let me get rid of this. We kind of had gold in this one big massive range where, you know, we printed this all-time high here, and then we came down and printed this massive new low. We kind of been in this huge range. Now, the nice thing about gold breaking back to the downside is I can see gold coming back down to some major support levels. So for me, the next level of interest for gold would be priced to come back down into 46.70. 46.70 the lows of the 6th of February. To me, that opens up, you know, with this daily closing bearish, breaking this major support. To me, this opens up a lot of downside here on gold. So I would like to get short here on gold today. You know, whether or not we hold for that big of a short, unlikely in London. But I think even just playing these short ranges, even down into these previous hourly lows here, could give us a pretty decent trade. Because if we measure this, you know, still it's a 250 tick range. Range is a very, very, very big hit, guys. So manage the risk. If the ranges are too big for you, you know, trade a combine. That's what I'm doing here. I'm just trading the combine. Let the market settle a little bit. But what I would like to see for London, just a little bit of a pullback, and then I'd like to see if we can get short here. I ideally want to be selling. Not ideally want to be selling gold. I only want to be selling gold today. And when you can understand your higher time frame bias, then I've eliminated 50% of the hard job, which is knowing if I want to go long or short. Well, because gold's closing so bearish, fundamentally we're now bearish. I don't want to be a buyer on gold. I just want to be selling. Cool. So guess what I'm going to do today? I'm just going to look for short setups. So evening stars, fake out sells, and we'll see if we can get some shorts here on gold. Yeah, the clocks haven't changed. Some of you guys said London's already open. The clocks haven't changed here in Europe. It is currently 7:40 London time. We've got London open in about 20 minutes here. Let me just look at my spot 5-minute chart here, because I would like to get short here. I'm wondering if we're just going to sell off pretty soon on that hourly flip. It may sell off soon. Look at this hourly. Had this nice decent breakout. Hourly coming off that top wick. You have around the body here. You may just come down and squeeze these lows here. You may squeeze these lows. Remember, gold is very, very bearish. We are very low right now. Look at this pre-London move. Pre-London, we have gold down, you know, 1,000 ticks, which is huge. Huge, huge, huge. And we'll look at all markets as well. We'll look at NQ. We'll look at silver. We'll see what we have for the day. I haven't looked at NQ since FOMC, so I haven't looked at it since I jumped on with you guys, so we'll have a look. We will have a look. Let me just see here, guys. Where are we? Did you guys on the Asia stream? Did you guys catch any shorts today on Goldie? Probably came more so around pre-London, to be honest. I don't know if it was Asia, it was more so pre-London. I'm just gonna see if there's a small short into the lows here on gold. I'm gonna see if I can give this a squeeze down into the lows. What are we talking? We're talking like a minimum 150-ish ticks. I'm gonna see if we can see if gold's gonna squeeze these previous hourly lows here. See if we're gonna squeeze the lows. Remember, gold is pretty low. Gold is pretty low. So with being pretty low, you know you may range, but I don't want to worry about what might happen. I want to trade what's right in front of me. What's right in front of me is we've had a great sell-off, and I want to be following that. I want to be following that. We have London open in about 20 minutes as well, guys. Let's see, what do we have? We'll have a look at silver as well. We'll look at silver. I assume it had a big sell-off. I haven't actually had a look, but I assume silver also had a big sell-off. NQ we will break down as well. Let's have a look. It's a nice squeeze there on Goldie. It's risk above the current 5. Let's see if we're gonna get this squeeze on Goldie. Squeeze them hourly lows. Really, yeah, silver. Yeah, we'll have a look. The clock changes in the UK. I think it's end of March. Clock changes, yeah, 29th of March, which is next Sunday. Next Sunday, the clocks will change here, so we'll go back to you guys shooting in from the US, 1:30 Central Time. Next Sunday. So straight into April, we'll be back to normal times. Normal times. Let's have a look. Took a short on MNQ in Asia. Nice, nice, nice. We'll have a look. Salmon hands FOMC. Yeah, me too. Me too. I wanted to. I really wanted to get short on FOMC yesterday. I was very, very convinced with my downside liquidity levels, but it just came in so big before FOMC that I was like, nah, it doesn't make sense to me to trade FOMC. I don't have a problem trading news. The only way I'll trade news is if I have... Oh, look at this. Gold squeezing these lows here, guys. Anyone trying to buy here is getting squeezed out. Oh, there you go. There's that nice squeeze there on Goldie. Let's see if we're going to break these hourly lows and sell off more. Trail aggressively, because this is probably where I would be exiting the trade. That's a nice squeeze lower. Look at that. 1 micro. $140 right there. Look at that. 1 micro. 140 ticks in like 5 minutes. Look at these ranges here, guys. This is where I would be exiting. So if we sell off, fantastic. Got to make more money. But if we come wick back above these previous hourly lows, well, I want to lock in where I would be closing anyway. I love that, Glenn. Love that. Stayed off the charts all day yesterday. Mentally felt great. That's amazing, man. Yeah, that's a very, very, very good skill to have. To not be on the charts and to be mentally okay with that is fantastic, man. Absolutely fantastic. That's a very, 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 very good skill to have. Trailing aggressively here, guys, because below these hourly lows, gold could wick back above and start to find some support. So trailing aggressively. Because I would usually just close and set my TP there, but let's see if we can actually break it and continue selling off if we're going to have that much volume. If not, stops me out. Cool. Lock in 170 ticks before London Open. Probably probably should have traded the XFA today. Could have locked in an even bigger payout. Can't think like that, though. We can't think like that. Look at this. Goldie is very, very, very low here, guys. Next level of support is, you know, kind of around where we are right now. So I am open to the fact that gold may wick these previous hourly lows and pull back a little bit. It's possible. It's very, very, very possible. But let's see. My thought process here is, you know, if gold is going to have a true move up, what do we know gold loves to do? It loves to come down and tag previous lows. So I would imagine you'll get some people trying to buy here, risking off these lows. You're shorting down into them liquidity levels. There you go. I'm out there and gold. Cool. Nice, nice like 170 tick trade there in... 200 tick trade there in like 5 minutes. Quick 5-minute scalp. Following the momentum. The main reason for that trade, guys, wasn't the 5 minute. It was that hourly flip. Hourly closing bearish. Instant hourly top wick without grabbing the lows. What do we know if gold's going to have a true move up? We reject. We come down. We re-grab the lows. And then we push. So because we hadn't re-grabbed the lows, that's what we're looking to take advantage of. But like I said, below these hourly lows, something like this could form, where you have that support and you get that pullback. So below these hourly lows is where I want to take my profit, because yes, you could break it and continue selling off, but given the fact that gold's already down over 1,000 ticks in London, you could also tag them lows and pull back. So take the quick take the quick, whatever it was, $190 at 1 micro. Well, 40k payout requested for the week. Damn, that's incredible, man. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. We missed it, Bruno. Yeah, it's a very, very quick one. I almost missed it as well. But the reason I wanted to jump straight in because I was like, you know, the second we break. Okay, here's a good important lesson for you guys. So this here. Anyone know why, like, why do I have this line marked on? Anyone know why I have this line marked on? Is it just a random line? Is it support? Is it resistance? What? Anyone know why I have this line marked on? I'm gonna show you guys something before we get London Open. Again, guys, don't feel like you're. It's a trick question. Just let me know. Do you guys know why I have this low marked on? Let me see. There's no. Right, Dave said fair value gap, and for that Dave is going to go and time out. Everyone say bye, Dave, for 10 seconds. 10 seconds in the waiting room. Break a structure. Aesthetics, yeah, I guess, kind of. Old support. Open, yep. Nice color. Yeah, I put it on just because it looks nice. Bye, Dave. Yeah, bye, Dave. I'm saying bye, Dave. Yeah, there you go, Tom. No, okay, so some of you guys did get it right, and again, there's no... I just want to show you guys this because it's very important when you're trading the 5 minute, because I'm not actually trading the 5 minute, I'm trading the higher time frame. So the reason I have this level marked on, it's very important here, guys. Let me just mark this on. This is the hourly open. Now, why is this, if I could read it, why is this important? Well, if I just show you guys something for a second, let me see if I can, let's see if we can get the drawings out here for a second. So this is the 5 minute here, guys. Now, I just want to draw this just to show you, because again, like I say, you know, although we're trading intraday, it's very important to understand what the higher time frame is doing. So the higher time frame right now, the hourly was like something like this. This is what the previous, is that a good drawing? I think that's a pretty good drawing. The previous hourly was like this, okay? This was, I'll just show you guys. It's important. We'll look at more markets in a second. I just want to teach you guys something. It's very important. Previous hour here. Now, this right here is where the, and again, here, what's this? This is this. This is the previous hourly low. Now, what do we know gold absolutely loves to do before having a true move up or down? It loves to come up and grab previous highs or lows. So, why is the previous hourly open important? Well, as long as, and this is what I'm always doing, which, you know, you may be hard at first, but this is what I'm always doing. Whenever I'm on the 5 minute, I'm always picturing in the back of my mind, how is this hourly candle looking? So when we are creating this is where the hourly has created the little bottom wick. Let me just draw it here. Has created the little bottom wick and is bullish. We're like this, something like this. We're pushing up, but I know that I want to be a seller on this current hour. So what I'm thinking here, when we started to take the short, what I'm thinking here is the second that we get back below this white line, that's where the hourly goes from being very bullish to all of a sudden we leave this, let me just put it white. Let me show you guys like this. Whenever we get back, whenever we go from being above this hourly open to right back below, that's where I know in the back of my mind, the hourly's gone from creating that nice top wick to all of a sudden, we're starting to flip back bearish. And this is where I'm anticipating gold's going to continue pushing down into these previous hourly lows. Because this is what I'm basically anticipating for the next hour. To look something like this. It's not the best of runs. We can do a little bit better than that. This is how I'm anticipating the next hour is going to look. We're going to come up for that retest. And then we're going to continue selling off. So, when... Can I move these? Let's get rid of these ones. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of this. We're getting an art class out today. So, whenever we get back below this white line, that's when the hourly's gone from creating that great top wick to now you're flipping bearish and you're coming down to tag these lows. So yes, I'm using the 5 minute to buy, but this trade is all based off the hourly time frame. So this line here just helps me understand when the hourly's gone from being bullish to all of a sudden breaking back below. So again, it's very, 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 very important, guys. Yes, we're trading the 5 minute, but we're not actually picking direction off the 5 minute. The 5 minute is purely to press buy and sell based on this right here. This is what gives us the direction. This, not this, none of this, none of this. Like, this is all based off that previous hourly candle closure, anticipating the next hour is going to at least come down into the lows. So once you start getting back below this level, that's where we want to get short. Where? Into these lows here. Well, if you measure that range for an intraday scalp, it's a 174 tick range. 1 micro, $174. 2 micros, 360 plus. Very, 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 very simple. So don't get too caught up on that 5 minute. The 5 minutes to press buy and sell based off this. If you ever wanted a drawing to print off and stick on the fridge, that's a that's a pretty good one. Good at chart drawings. Next hobby needs to be painting. I know, look at that. That was pretty impressive, right? I'm pretty happy with that drawing. That may be one of the best in a long time. That is a pretty good drawing. Best, yeah, I think so. I think so. But it's very important, guys. Don't let that just, you know, go, yeah, whatever, let's look for trades. No, no, understand what I'm really saying here, because you guys can take trades like this throughout the whole entire day, all the time. Every single day you get trades like this on gold. Yep, definitely. We can have a look. Yep. You would normally just do it on the hourly chart and not look at the 5 when you're on it. Yeah, pretty much, Glenn. Yeah, I could just sell the, you know, the top wick of the hourly and be happy to hold and see hourly lows. Definitely, man. Definitely. I just refine on the 5 minute when I'm here with you guys, so we can take quicker trades together. Yeah, this is for me, and especially for gold. Gold is very hard to scalp. To me, the best way to trade gold is off the hourly time frame, 30-minute and hourly time frame. But you can still scalp gold, and even trading, you know, the hourly and 30-minute time frame, you know, you're still in and out within the same day. You're still in and out within the same day, so you're sticking to top step rules, which is amazing. But understanding this, yeah, is very, very, very important. Like, I've just left it on that long because I don't want to get rid of it because it looks so nice. I just appreciate my work of art. We've got London Open in 5 minutes here, guys. Do you trade before stream and off stream? Yeah, of course, man, of course. Trade all throughout the day, absolutely. We're here for, you know, an hour and a half together. I trade throughout the whole entire day, absolutely. Wonder if I should get another 50k combine or step up and get 100. It's, to be honest, man, if you haven't, goodbye drones. If you haven't yet got any payouts, like 50s are fine, man. I've taken plenty of payouts with the 50k accounts, plenty of payouts. So I wouldn't worry too much about, you know, wanting to jump into 100s. I would say if you haven't yet got payouts, or you've only had a handful of payouts, I would still trade 50s. I would still trade 50s. Stop loss placement here as well. To me, would just be this 5 minute high. Why? Because look at this. Before we started selling off, what did we do? We came up, we liquidated the previous highs, and then started to break back below. So for me, stop loss placement is above that little liquidity high. But if you really want to be safe, which I think is very logical, put it above the hourly open just to be safe. Again, you can cut the trade way before that, but if you just want to be safe, put it there. As long as we don't reclose back above this resistance, I would be happy to hold that trade. So, you know, you might have a hard stop up here above the current hourly high, but realistically, I'd be getting out of this trade straight away, like somewhere around there. So you got like a nice 1 to 2 risk to reward. You just cleared some confusion on my reading the time frame. Good. That's what we like to hear. Multi-time frame analysis is very, 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 very important. Sometimes, you know, it's so easy to get so glued into what's happening on the 5 minute here, but the higher time frame is the absolute key. The absolute key. Yeah, I like the 50s on Topstep. I've taken great payouts on 50s. Great payouts. My trade pre-London was just taking this little move down here. Again, it was the same thing. My trade pre-London was just selling here, based off the hourly opening with an instant top wick after the previous hourly close. Very bearish. So it was the exact same thing here. Exact same thing. We've got London Open coming up here, guys. We'll look at NQ, we'll look at silver, we'll look at some other markets, see what we get for the rest of the day. You know, with gold being this low, we are very wait, let me just get rid of these levels. Let's get rid of this, clean it up for a second. We are very low here now on gold. Like I say, I do believe we're going to see gold come down and tag these lows here from the 6th of February. But in order to take new positions, we've kind of already sold off quite a lot. Like, this is a pretty decent sell-off from the high of yesterday to where we are right now. You know, we're down almost 3,000 ticks, which is huge. 3,000 ticks is massive. So I think if we want to continue selling gold, I think we just want to see a little bit of a pullback. A little bit of a pullback there and see if we can continue selling. Can you analyze the leg down pre-London? Do you see an entry there, or would you wait for a mini range? Yeah, there was absolutely a short here pre-London, right here, at 6 AM London time. There was 100% a fantastic short. Probably not this low, but the reason this would be a nice short, you had this. Obviously, you have a very, very, very. There was actually a couple of shorts here. Look at this. There was nice shorts here. Oh, that was more so towards the end of the day, but there was Nice shorts there, nice shorts there. Now, the reason you would be shorting gold at any opportunity today is because yesterday closed very bearish. So, I posted this in Discord last night. Coming into the markets today, zero desire to buy gold. Zero desire to buy gold. Pure bearish daily bias today. But this right here was a great short. You know, you had this nice hourly fake out here where you can see you closed bullish and then you tagged the highs and closed bearish straight away. It's not enough for me to want to short here, but once I see this hourly breakout, fantastic. That's where I'm getting short down into these lows here. And again, that hourly flip down into them lows is 236 ticks. Would I hold it down this low? Probably not. I'll be more than happy to just take it from here down into maybe that 4800 level is more than enough. We could put this would be 4800. So yeah, there was a very nice, very nice short. Reason for short, clear as day, bearish daily bias, hourly fake out confirmation, and you had that nice break to the downside, and clear liquidity targets. Anyone buying here on gold risking off these lows. So yeah, there was a very nice pre-London short. All right, we got London open here, guys. Let's have a look. Let me just have a look at this 5. Still squeezing lower here on gold. Nice, broke down, pull back, continue selling off. Nice, nice continuation lower. It's exactly the short I got. Went below V up. Nice. Where's my V up? Oh, why do I not have? That's what I'm missing. Where's my V up gone? Nice. You get short around here, Glenn. If you got short around here, that was a perfect trade, man. Broke back below V up. Nice downside targets. Yeah, that was a very nice short. A very nice short. Where did you get out, Glenn? It looks like, you know, ended up selling off a lot, but in hindsight, you probably wouldn't have caught this much. This is why I was trading aggressively here in case we got something like this, because that can happen on gold. When you don't have that much to left, you can just sell off so quick. When I hit 1500, yeah, nice, good man, good man, good man, nice. Let's have a look at silver here, guys. Let's have a look at these markets. Silver has been, let's clean up these levels. New levels here on silver. $75 here. We have $70 here as well. And then back below this, what do we have? We have 65. So same as gold. Now, when we look at these two charts, to me, silver was much nicer for a sell-off. Because you can see you got this very nice, there's your left shoulder, there's your head, there's that right shoulder. And then here's your also trend line coming up like this as well. So you have liquidity that was here on silver and all the way back down here. So I believe we could see silver all the way back down to 65s, which looks like a very decent range. And you guys who traded Asia on, what was the 16th? Monday. Again, had that great tag of the highs, actually closed bearish. So shorting yesterday was fantastic, and today you're continuing to sell off. So the next downside level for silver, for me, would be to come back down into 70. Now, with that being said, you know, we can't ignore that this is still big support. And if I was shorting silver, I would probably be looking to manage my risk, if not take some profit off here. So to start entering new shorts here on silver, it's a little bit tricky, because you are now selling at pretty much the lowest point of this move down and massive higher time frame support. You know, if you were already, again, look at this silver short, same as gold, pre-London here, 6 AM London time. What did you do here on silver? You came up, you tagged previous highs, you closed bearish, cool, continue selling. Very nice. But in terms of actually trading silver this low, I would be a little bit careful here, guys. I would be a little bit careful. I think if we were to look at this from a completely neutral perspective, you know, if we were short from these pullback high points, would we be taking new shorts down here? Probably not. I think we would actually be looking to take profit down here. So silver, I think you'll probably create a bit of a range for quite some time, because you are very low now. Hi Aaron, I love trying to read the charts and looking at gold. If I may, if 4742 continues below, thinking maybe support at 4707. 4707, yep, it looks pretty good to me. I think to me, if gold continues selling off, the next real where's my oh, there we go. The next real support level for me here on gold is back down at these lows here. But if we have a look from a higher time frame, we said 4707. 4707. Yeah, it's kind of around that area, which yeah, I like that. I think that's pretty logical. I think that looks good to me. Interesting thing, like I say, with gold and silver right now is you are coming into some very, very, very big higher time frame support. But yeah, I can see that. 47 actually looks like a nicer level to mark on than this low. Let's put that on 4,700. Gold absolutely loves them around psychological levels as well. So yeah, I like that. I can see that. I think that's a logical area to look at. And that's the thing with gold and silver right now is, you know, it's coming into levels where, although I do believe gold is going to squeeze these lows and trap out any early buyers, what do we know gold loves to do around these levels first? Is you do love to have a bounce, you know, bring in early buyers and then you squeeze down. So there is still the potential of some support being formed here. I'm just going to close these blinds 2 seconds, guys. The sun's just right in my eyes. There we go. There we go. That's better. So yeah, gold and silver already had some great sell-offs now. There's been very, very, very nice selling opportunities here. But don't be too surprised if we create some space. So let's have a look at NQ. I know you guys love to trade NQ. Wow, look at this. Remember, guys, what did we say yesterday on NQ? You guys who were here yesterday, like I said, I don't trade NQ. But this was the level yesterday where I said I wouldn't want to be a buyer. I think someone was long NQ, and again, it's not to say like, you know, told you so or anything like that, but this is the level where I said, be careful being a buyer here on NQ. Now, why do you want to be careful being a buyer here on NQ? Because it's kind of same as like gold right now. You're at the highest point of this whole entire move up for the week. You're also above two very key liquidity levels, and what does NQ love to do? Same thing as gold. It comes up, tags the highs, and then sells off. Comes up, tags the highs, and then sells off. Where you'd come up, and if you were buying here, you would be taking profit at these highs. Well, news came out very bearish, and NQ also had a huge sell-off. Very, 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 very big sell-off. So, gold with the big sell-off, NQ with the big sell-off as well. I do believe you'll probably see NQ squeeze down into this weekly open. That looks like a pretty logical level. You've also got 24,500 down there as well. So I would still continue shorting NQ. I would look to continue shorting NQ if you guys do want to trade NQ. Shorts to me look the most interesting. I wouldn't want to be a buyer here as well. Look at this daily. Wicked out the previous highs, closed aggressively back below. So kind of similar to the trade that we just took on gold, I would be watching this daily open and I would want to get short as that starts to break back lower. But you kind of already have played out a little bit there on NQ. If I was a seller, I would kind of already want to be shorting this. And around these lows, I would see if you maybe find support and pull back. But overall, I would like NQ to squeeze lower. 6J sweeping some FOMC highs. Nice. We can have a look. Sorry, I think I'm just going to... Do you look at hourly high, last hourly high candle, or session highs and lows? I look at hourly highs and lows. I don't look at session highs and lows personally. You can look at session highs and lows, but to be honest with gold, I don't really need to. Like, to me, it doesn't matter if this is a session high or a session low to see that it's a liquidity grab. I just see it as a liquidity grab. I just keep it a little bit more simple than that. Same as, you know, if this was a previous, you know, New York high, for example. I mean, I can mark it on as New York high, but I don't really need to. I can see it's a liquidity grab. Regardless of the session, it's a liquidity grab. So, personally, no, I don't really look at session highs and session lows. Same as the lows that we marked on here yesterday for price to come down and tag these lows. It's not that it's a specific session high or you know, Asia or London range. I can just see it's a nice liquidity level. I like to keep it just more simple than that. But there's nothing wrong with marking highs and lows. Look at this, Goldie's still selling off here, guys. Would have been nice to have some. Would have been nice to have some runners here. Look at this, selling off, pulling back, selling off, pulling back, selling off. Gold is getting absolutely sold off here. In the last hour and 10 minutes, we're down 450 ticks. 450 ticks. But don't FOMO into this market, guys. If you didn't get the short with me, don't FOMO in here. I know it's easy to see the selling down and want to chase, but remember where we're at on the higher time frame. Although I believe gold's going to squeeze lower, we are still coming into huge support. Huge support. Before this was a big wick. Before this was one big massive wick. Guess what this was? This was one big bearish candle. And if you tried to chase that, it went all the way back above. So, for me personally, I don't want to take new sell positions this low on gold. So no FOMO here, guys. No FOMO. We took a nice 170 tick scalp. You know, we can sit on our hands for a little bit. We can sit on our hands. Yep. Yep. Same goes long. I agree. If everyone puts a one limit order, it will go to that level. Yeah, true. Well, should we all do it at the same time? Even on my combine? Any of you guys hold that short? Any of you guys hold that gold short? I don't think so. Where did we get short? We were short from somewhere around here. Any of you guys hold that? It would have been a great hold if you did. We took it like there. How much are you now down? I don't like to look at it. It's like 400 ticks. One micro, $400. Two micros, $800. One mini, $4,000. These ranges are crazy, guys. Absolutely crazy. Anyone still holding that? Nice, holding. There you go. Nice. I would be, if you are still holding, personally for me, I would be trailing aggressively. Because like I say, the high time frames coming in some very interesting levels. No way I'm out yet. Me too. I'm well and truly out. 174 ticks in like what 2-3 minutes is more than enough for me. Yeah, Nasdaq's kind of tough. Short from holding from 4837.8. You want my account details? You want to log into my account? Hold that trade. That's a crazy hold. Look at that. Short from 4837.8. 4837.8. Like there. Now that's a short and a half. That's a short and a half. An eval jail. Out 950 on a combine. Nice. Nice, Tom. Out on all accounts, locked up between 700 to 2,000 on all of them. Amazing, man. Amazing. Nice. All learned from you. It's incredible, man. That's all you. That's your hold, man. That's. I can't take any credit for that, man. That's an impressive hold. Good job. Yeah, I'm not sure that is either, Bruno. Yeah. That's all you, man. That's a great hold, especially to be actually sat here watching it live. If I ever hold a trade that big, I couldn't sit here and watch it. So, yeah, that's an impressive hold, man. Good job. Nice trade. WO weekly open. Nasdaq weekly open swipe, then maybe confined position for long. So I think what you're saying is, could we come down, tag weekly open, and then go long? I mean, maybe. But one thing to remember is, I mean, the way I like to trade, if I can see that price, again, this is one of the ways that I traded liquidity wrong in my earlier days, is I would wait for price to get up into here and then try go short. Or I would wait for price to get down here and then try go long. But the thing is, with a liquidity grab, it's never confirmed until you actually start breaking back above. And there's been plenty of times where I would be saying exactly that, where I would be saying, you know what, I'm going to wait for price to get down here and then I'm going to go long. And there would be plenty of times where price would get back below, it would retest and continue selling off. And I'm like, damn, not only did I just take a loss, I also just wasted time waiting for that. So one thing to trade from a more neutral perspective is if you believe these lows here are going to get grabbed before potentially going long, well, I think the best opportunity is to actually short down into them lows. That to me is the best trade. If you have high confidence these lows need to be grabbed, look for short opportunities down there. Because if we get down here and we keep selling off, well, great, you got your short. If we get down here and then we break back above, cool, you close your shorts, you go long. Same as, you know, if you were looking for these highs to get grabbed yesterday, you were looking for price to come up and grab these highs before getting short. Well, rather than just waiting for price to get in there and then trying to go short, trade up into it. Expose yourself to the fact that anything can happen in these markets. So, do I think price could grab this weekly open and we could find a position to go long? Maybe, but again, I don't like to think that far ahead. I don't like to worry about what might happen below weekly lows. I think if weekly open is a nice level to target, let's just worry about shorting into it. Whatever happens down below that weekly open, who cares? You know, we'll make our money and run. We'll take our money and run. So again, like I say, it's not to say that you can't grab that weekly open and keep pushing up. You know, that's very possible. But for me personally, I don't like to think like that, because that's how I used to think, and that's how I would always get trapped out trading liquidity the wrong way. Is I would always be expecting something to happen. You know, I would call the liquidity levels perfect, but there would just be so many times where, you know, you would tag these highs, you would retest and go higher, and I'd be like, damn, I just wasted time, and I also just lost money trying to predict. So rather than trying to predict, if we can see there's a nice high to grab or a nice low to grab, well, let's look for shorts down into that and trade into that. Stay as reactive as we can. That's where a lot of people go wrong trading liquidity. Is liquidity is never confirmed till it breaks back above. You never know if it's going to be a liquidity grab or a break and retest. Well, the way you don't have to worry about that is by exposing yourself to that direction and trading into that level. Like if you guys go back and watch my streams from like 3 years ago, I was doing that. I was waiting for these levels to get grabbed and then I was trying to short out of it. And I did that for a long time. I think when I had great trades, but I just felt like I was just missing these opportunities. So how I've adapted my plan over the past like 3 years of trading more liquidity concepts, if you guys go back and watch my YouTube channel, I then just started to, well, if I know that there's a high chance price needs to grab this level, same as gold is if I know there's a high chance that price needs to grab these lows here, well, let me just short down into it. Short down into it in case something like this happens and you don't get the break above as a liquidity grab. Short down into them levels. See, this is what I said, don't FOMO into gold here, guys. Gold finding nice support. Aaron, I'd like to say thank you for your WAP course learning. Since going over them 100 times, my trading has improved 200%. Absolutely amazing. I appreciate that comment. Good to have you tuning in. You guys on YouTube, if you want to check it out, it's completely free. There's a link right there. I appreciate you being a part of it. It's completely free, guys. Yeah, bounced right off 4,700. Yep. Spot chart too. Spot chart literally just hit, you know, 4,700 and just instantly bounced pretty perfectly. I mean, it's a not bad equity curve though, Corey. It's not, you know, it's not bad. You're getting through that break-even stage. You just kind of need to see now, you know, am I managing too aggressively, or do I need to hold my trades a little bit more? But the good thing is, man, you know, we go from that losing stage to break-even stage and then to breaking through. So break-even stage is a good stage to be at, man. We just need to figure out why we're taking them break-evens. Yeah, it is. Yeah, too much. Probably too much value in that free one, to be honest. There's a lot in there. Was in from 5:30 AM and cut it first target. Nice, Tom. You get a lot of them early trades, Tom. Do you always get up at like 5:30 London time to jump on? I mean, it's pretty smart. We get a lot of trades that early. A lot of trades on gold do come around like that 5 to 6 AM London time as well. Do you always get up and go on at that time? I'm up at 4. Wow, nice. Up at 4 AM, damn. Straight on the charts. Good man, 4 AM, morning grind. That's amazing, man. Used to do it for my old job. Wow, nice. I mean, it's good to get on the charts that early because, you know, we do see gold having them big moves around that time. You know, here, well, what was the sell-off today? 5 a.m. you broke out, 6 a.m. you shorted. What was it? Yes, probably not much yesterday. 7 a.m. closed bearish, continued at 8 a.m. But yeah, we do get a lot of them moves on gold. Where was London the previous day? Yeah, here, you know, here you broke out 6 a.m. continue selling off at 7. Look at this, fake out buys on gold here at 5 a.m. buys at 6 a.m. So yeah, you definitely do get a lot of them pre-London moves quite early. You do. Hoping this mentorship gets me past this stage, learning a lot already. Already from it, only been 2 days, but took a trade yesterday after watching one of the videos. I just made a short of $400 on 2 accounts. Nice, Corey. Nice. Absolutely, man. It's study the psychology masterclass. The psychology modules as much as you can, because they're so important, man. They're so important. You know, journal the emotions and refine as much as you can. Yep, good man. Watch them as many times as you need to. Yep, good man. Psychology videos are game changer. Yeah, it's to me, it's some of the most important parts of trading is psychology. People disagree, but for me personally, for me anyway, my journey, psychology was very important. You could have the best edge in the world, but if you can't execute it properly because you can't control yourself and your mind, you're going to struggle. Doesn't matter what trading plan you have. 3 here in Texas. Wow, nice. Yeah, you can have the best trading plan in the world, but if you can't execute it when the time's right, it's completely useless. So to me, yeah, psychology is very important. Not only is psychology very important to me, it's one of the most interesting parts of trading. You know, we can all get good at reading these levels on gold and silver and, you know, understanding liquidity. But is that the real breakthrough, or is the real breakthrough, you know, managing our emotional triggers and managing ourselves? Look at these liquidity. Look at this gold, silver come up, tag the highs, pull back, tag the highs, sell off, tag the lows, push up. Yeah, Audi looks like it's going to flip. Yeah, look at this. Gone from being very bearish, holding 4,700 to wicking right back above. Very nice support there. Who called that 4707 on gold? There was that 4707 call. It's a great call. Then it bounced to 4777. 4777. Yep, back above here. Yep, I like that. I can see that. That's the thing. I am, you know, with gold being so bearish, as I said, guys, don't FOMO shorts down here. Why do you not want to FOMO shorts? Well, remember where we're at the high time frame. You know, you see these big wick rejections on gold. Like I said, before this was a big wick rejection. Guess what? This was one big, massive bearish candle. And if you FOMO'd into that candle, you got manipulated all the way back above. So it's not to say we can't take more shorts on gold. But I think if we want to take more shorts, we have to wait for some sort of pullback and confirmation. You know, maybe we even come back up and manipulate some 30-minute highs, for example, and then we get short. And probably just play the range for most of the day. Because with gold down this much today, you know, 1,600 ticks, well, more than that, 1,600 ticks, it's very likely that's just how gold moves, that we can create ranges. Again, that's not to say you can't trade. You can still trade these ranges on gold, because if we measure this range, you know, it's 800 ticks, which is huge. But in these ranging markets, trade location is very important. Like Sean always emphasizes as well, trade location is very important. I did a YouTube video as well. If you guys who haven't seen it, I did a YouTube video on my channel breaking down one of our live trades playing a range perfectly. And we're going to look for the exact same setup here today. It's probably one of the last videos I posted. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, this one here. That one there. This is a recap of a trade that we took live together of how to trade ranges on gold, and we'll be looking for something very similar here today. So if you guys haven't seen that, it's absolutely worth a watch to know how to trade these markets today. Psychology is big. Yeah, psychology is huge. Psychology is huge. But to me, like I say, it's the most. I find it the most interesting part of trading. Like when I look at good traders, I don't really look at their technical plan. I look at their ability to manage themselves and hold their winning trades and cut their losing trades. There's lots of good trading psychology books as well, but again, a lot of trading psychology is also just kind of mastering yourself and mastering your own tilt triggers. NQ could range a little bit. Again, if I was going to short NQ, I would just want to see a bit of a pullback to get short. It's kind of already had a decent sell-off here that, again, I wouldn't want to chase this low here. I do believe you're going to see NQ come down and squeeze this weekly open, but I'd want to see a bit of an hourly liquidity wick. I think you're just probably creating a pretty aggressive range in here. Yeah, pretty aggressive range. Kind of have a nice trend line coming down. Maybe you can come up and manipulate more of that before selling off. For you guys who are trading NQ, this is something I'd be looking at. If this was the way that I'd be trading gold, I'd look for price to maybe come up, manipulate, and then see if you can get back below. And then I'd look to follow it lower. Look to follow NQ lower. How did crude move? Where are we at? What did we do yesterday on crude? Crude's very, very, very aggressive up here. I know some of you guys were looking to trade crude yesterday. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't look at this. You're bullish, bearish, kind of doji, tagging lows, bullish, straight back down today. I would be careful trading crude. I don't think crude looks that nice to trade right now. Wow, copper also having a big sell-off. Look at that, huge sell-off yesterday. These markets are moving. Very, 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 very big. Very big. NQ chopping. Yep, looking at yourself as a professional trader and not part-time is a big shift. Yes, 100%, man. Because when we don't look at ourselves as a professional trader, we always justify our poor mistakes. We take stupid trades and we go, oh, well, I'm only learning, so it's okay. So no, it's not okay. You want to be a trader, act like a professional trader, think like a professional trader. People blow combines and go, oh, yeah, it's just a combine, I'm just learning. So no, don't stop blowing accounts and thinking like that. You got to think of yourself as a true professional. In order to act like a professional, you have to think like a professional. You tell yourself, it sounds stupid, but I used to tell myself before I was even making any money trading that I am a professional trader and I do make consistent good decisions. Otherwise, you keep making these decisions, we always justify with, well, I'm just learning, so it doesn't really matter. It's like, no, it does matter. It's very important. Very, very, very important. Let's have a look, guys. Yeah, can't say about that. You can do it. Is there a link to the WAP course? Yes, I posted it just above, man. It's a completely free course. I posted it just above. There's, most people don't think to themselves as a professional trader. You have to treat this and see this like an actual profession as opposed to like just a hobby. Like this isn't, people don't take trading seriously enough, but you absolutely should. So if you keep making mistakes, don't just keep going through the gears of, make a mistake, blow an account, I'm going to gamble it the next day. I think sometimes trading can become glorified gambling. But if you treat it like a professional, and you realize this is a real professional career that I can be doing for the next 5, 10, 20 plus years. And start acting like a professional, managing your risk like a professional, doing the things that, we really know we should be doing. Then you'll start to get more consistent. Yeah. And again, with that being said though, don't take it too serious to the point that you put too much pressure on yourself. You don't even end up taking trades. There's that balance there as well. I say professional in the emotional decisions that most people make. Yeah, nice. I like that, Glenn. I like that, man. I like that. Yep. Yeah, Nasdaq is trying to break back lower. If you don't come up and manipulate this trend line, if you break this support, you may squeeze these lows here. So it's kind of a nice make or break level here right now. You got 2 minutes until this 30-minute candle is going to close. If we close bearish, there's a potential to get short here. Don't wait for these lows to get grabbed. Try and short down into it. I don't trade NQ, but If this was gold, this is what I would be looking to do. Yep. Yep. And to figure out like what you're doing wrong, Tom is here, but me and Tom did a like kind of just interview sit down yesterday, and I will post it on YouTube at some point. But Tom has gone from, you know, and I hope Tom doesn't mind me saying, but Tom's gone from never trading futures to within the past like 2 months, taken what, seven payouts, Tom? 7 payouts from including yesterday in the last 2 months, from never trading futures to 7 payouts in the last 2 months. And what's very interesting in this podcast that we did together is how much Tom actually journals himself and his emotions. And we kind of dive into that a lot, so I will absolutely try and post that next week. It's a very, very, very good listen, because it's not like we obsessed. I mean, we did refine the technical plan a lot, but Tom took a lot of time to master himself and his emotions and journal before jumping on the charts in the morning, journal during a trade, journaling after a trade, acting like a true professional, doing what he knows he has to be doing. So I'll try and post that on YouTube, you know, maybe even next week, is a very, very, very important lesson. And it can be very relatable to a lot of you guys. How often do you take breakout or breakdown trades? What do you mean by breakdown trades, man? I'm not too sure what you mean by breakdown trades. But how often do I take breakout trades? A lot. Majority of my trades are probably breakouts, but in a different way. I'll show you. Yeah, there you go, Tom. 7 payouts this year. Had a mental breakdown during December. Not good to go through, but good to see what my triggers are and what was needed to change. Exactly, man. So from, you know, being in a dark place in December from trading, which can absolutely happen. It's happened to me. Trading can take you to some very dark places. So from being into a very dark place in December to now, Tom's taken 7 payouts this year, which is incredible. Absolutely incredible. 7 payouts this year is amazing, man. It's amazing. But if you had more payouts than me this year, if you've had more payouts than me this year, I'm not going to be happy. I think you might have. Oh, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've had the same. Me and Tom had the same amount of payouts this year. That's crazy. We're in a little battle here, Tom. Whoever gets to the end of the year the most payouts wins. Well, yeah. Tom for next coach. Trade my funded account, Tom. But yeah, that's it. The reason that I wanted to sit down with Tom and go over it isn't just because the 7 payouts. It's the fact that he's gone from, you know, very much struggling a lot with the psychology to actually getting over it. And there'll still be, you know, barriers along the way that we'll still overcome. The same amount of payouts this year. Aaron, like and subscribe to Tom's channel. Yeah, I think we might have to. Yeah, I'll let Tom take it from here. I have a lot of payouts this year as well. Yeah, amazing, Bruno. Amazing, man. It's been a very, very, very good start to the year. When you say journal, what do you write in the journal? Again, me and Tom talk a lot about this on the video, and I will try and post it next week. What you can write in the journal, and there's a lot of things. Now, one thing I am trying to do, which I won't say too much on because I really want to get it finished, is I have been working on this for a few months, is I'm trying to create a physical trading psychology journal for you guys. Something that I would use every single day. You know, we'll have like a pre-check-in, post-check-in, weekly reflections. It's something I've been working on for a long time, and I am hoping to finish it soon. I've been working on this for like 4 or 5 months because it's something that I will use every single day, and I know will benefit so many people. I personally think pen to paper is, you know, you should definitely journal your technical trades like we did here. You know, get the screenshot, put it in your journal. But I also think, which also helped Tom a lot, is just writing stuff down. I love just writing stuff down personally. I think it emphasizes it so much more. Like if I do something stupid and I write it down, I'm like, oh damn, did I really do that? And it kind of emphasizes it even more. NQ trying to break back low. You guys who are trading NQ shorts are looking good here. Nah. You were good, Tom. You were good, man. You were good. You were good. Good morning, mate. Good morning, man. How come you're not trading on? How come you're trading on Combine, not XFA? I took a payout this morning, man. I took a payout this morning. I took a 3K payout this morning, so I'm just letting that go. I took a payout this morning. Gold's pretty low, so yeah, I didn't want to trade my XFA. So I took a 3K payout. So like, you know what? I was gonna build up a little bit more, but the balance was at like almost $7,000. So I was like, you know what? Let me just take out 3,000. So I was like, let me just play around the Combine as well. Not only that, gold is very low here. Very low. That's amazing, Tom. You're getting lots of love in the YouTube chat, Tom. Yep. Yep. Good. I mean, with the physical journal, it's super simple. You just write stuff down. Just journal. I mean, I do journal, like just not even just trading, just general life stuff. Like I like to journal. I like to write stuff down. Like I said, I think just taking like 5 minutes and putting pen to paper just helps so much more. Oh wow, look at this, Bruno. How many, where's Bruno's payouts? Wow, look at that, loads of payouts, man. Amazing. How many payouts have you had this year, Bruno? That's loads. How many payouts is that, Bruno? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't even count, there's so many. That's amazing, Bruno. You've had amazing payouts. Drop me a message on Discord, Corey. I can help you out, man. Drop me a message. I'll check it straight after this, man. Yep. Everyone's a bit different, but I find writing it down the true emotions come out. On the laptop, I was like a robot a bit. Yeah, 100%, man. I agree. Like, it'd be a bit weird to sit down here and like type out my emotions. I feel like just, before you jump on the charts, like grab a coffee, sit outside and get some fresh air. Just how am I feeling before coming into today's session? Am I feeling nervous, calm, anxious, confident? Just write it down. Write down your game plan for the day as well. I wish I still had it, but I used to have a journal where I must have it somewhere from like, I don't know, 6+ years ago, where I'd write down the instrument I would be trading and what I would want to see for that day. And then I'd go about my trading session, and then I'd look back and I'd go, okay, cool, this is what I planned for. This is what I did. Why did I deviate so much? Because what I wrote down before the session played out perfectly, but I ended up doing something completely different. So there's lots of different things you can write down. I must have that journal somewhere, which would be pretty cool to look back on. But write down whatever you want. Whatever you're feeling, write it down. Write it down and journal it. Whatever you're feeling. That's amazing, Bruno. Amazing. Amazing. So let's have a look at NQ still squeezing lower. Gold, like I say, guys, gold could very much range. I do believe you'll come up and manipulate some more highs before selling off. Personally, though, I have zero desire to buy gold today. Not to say gold can't retrace, but it's not my job to want to buy this market. Personally, I'm very happy with just continuing to look for sell setups. We kind of took that pre-London trade pretty nicely, and now we're kind of just waiting to see. Like I say, I do think you'll very likely range. And it's not to say you can't trade the range, but just make sure you're trading the range at, like I say, good location. Good location. Let's have a look here, guys. NQ, if you guys are short NQ, like I say, NQ to come back down into 24,500. But look at this price action, guys. It's very choppy. Very choppy on NQ. I assume ES is pretty much the same. Yeah, very choppy. Grinding lower. Interesting thing is, ES is right at some low, so ES looks like you could have a bit of a bounce. Something to watch. Something to watch. Let's see here. Silver as well. Silver's also had a very big squeeze here, guys. Very big squeeze. Yep. Yeah, journaling is very important. Sometimes people, you know, even journaling the technical side, I think sometimes people just make a bit too complex. It's like, it doesn't have to be complex. Journal in a way that it's actually sustainable. Keep it sustainable. Keep it real. If you make it too difficult on yourself, you're going to give up on journaling straight away. Keep it simple. Just keep it simple and just make it easy to follow for you. You might just start just journaling just a couple of sentences. You might end up journaling, you know, a good couple of different questions, but do whatever is going to help you stay consistent with it. When I used to journal my technicals, I made it way too overcomplicated that I just kind of gave up on it because I just didn't enjoy it and I was making it too tedious. But keep it simple. Keep it super simple. Doesn't have to be, you don't have to be writing essays. You just got to be able to look back at the end of the week and see what you did right or wrong and how you could have got better. Or maybe you had a losing week, but you look back at your journal and you did everything correctly. Fantastic. The losing week's part of the game. Doesn't necessarily mean you did something wrong. But if you're not yet, you know, making money or getting consistent payouts, it is absolutely vital. You have to. You have to. You can't not be making money in trading and not journaling and not know where you're going right or wrong. So if you don't know where you're going, right or wrong, then how do you ever know what to improve on? You don't. So you just constantly keep going day by day, blown account after blown account, and no real progression. And before you know it, another year's gone by. So it's very, very, very important. But that's one thing I would do, and I always recommend to you guys. I personally, I don't do it much anymore because I spend a lot of time on the charts during the week. But one thing I would do every single weekend, you know, whether it's a Saturday or Sunday, is like I'd grab a coffee and I would back test the previous week. Back test the previous week, see what did I miss? How could I maybe maximize these trades a little bit more? Or did I trade the week perfectly? I definitely recommend you guys to do that. It's a very, very, very good thing to do. My strat is simple. Nice, Bruno. Yeah, Bruno gets the best of both worlds. He's tuning into everyone as the moderator live. You get all the knowledge. Toss a coin and pray. That's what we like to hear, man. Toss a coin and hope for the best. Do you tune it? Do you, Bruno? Do you moderate everyone's stream, or is it just mine and D's? If you moderate everyone's, you're getting all the knowledge, all hours of the day. Look at this, guys. Gold selling off right back down that 4,700 level. Does Bruno ever sleep? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Bruno's just stacking up the payouts every day. Stacking up all the payouts. Gold still squeezing low here, guys. Silver still squeezing lower. NQ trying to find some support. Fair trade, yeah, fair trade. There's a fair trade. You, Dakota, Deanna, and Marie. Nice, nice. Yeah, nice, Bruno. Nice, nice. That's a lot of hours a day, man. That's a lot of hours of knowledge every single day. It's amazing. Let's see, guys. Anyone sees this nice sell-off on stocks yesterday? Amazon was down quite a bit. Meta had a decent sell-off yesterday as well. Some stocks coming into some very, very, very interesting swing long areas. Microsoft also back down at what, 390 pre-market. Some stocks had some really, really, really nice sell-offs. Really nice sell-offs that are getting interesting soon. Adobe down to 245. What else do we have? Microsoft down. Nvidia not really moving too much. Nvidia's down a little bit, 179. Not really doing too much. I don't have any Nvidia anymore. AMD holding up, 197. Netflix, I'm fully out of my Netflix long. Netflix back down to 94. I got out at Netflix at around like 99. My Grab stock dropped. What's Grab at? Let's grab $3.73. Wow. Yes, nice, Tom. Shout out to Edge Subs as well. Hydro in the morning to kick the day off and get hydrated. 2 gummies and Focus Fuel lunch Time to stop about it. Yes, amazing, man. Amazing. That's what we like to hear. Found out I was burnt by 1 p.m. most days, but not anymore. Yeah, so good, man. And taking the time off the charts as well. Gold, I can see gold coming down to these lows here, man, around 46.70. That's the kind of next big daily low on gold. 46.70 would be the next area to watch for potential support. But this is just selling off like crazy here, guys. This is just a huge sell-off. But yeah, this would be the next area of interest. If we're going to find any support, I would say it's likely here. I thought we may bounce a little bit to bring in any early buyers, but maybe this is enough that we're going to see gold come down and squeeze all of these lows here. Learning a lot from you, that really helps. Nice, Bruno. Appreciate it, man. That's what we like to hear. And more of the gold strategy. Are you all them payouts, Bruno? Are you just trading gold, or are you trading lots of different other markets, or are you just trading gold? Look at this sell-off on gold, guys. This is huge. Gold is getting absolutely hammered here. This is huge. Look at this. Probably the biggest London move we've seen in some time. I'd love to be still being short here. But this is a huge short. Look at this. Almost down another 800 ticks. If you guys aren't already in short, like I said, be careful trading the rest of the day. Gold's down a lot here. 1,800 ticks. This is huge. Absolutely huge. 4 hour in the currency is selling off like crazy. Gold and NQ. Nice, Bruno. Nice. Gold and NQ. Nice. But like I say, guys, don't... I know it's hard, but try not to FOMO into this. If you're not already short, think about the risk reward. Think, if I short here, you know, where's my stop going to be? Where's my risk? Where's my risk reward? If it's too big and it doesn't make logical sense, don't chase it. Just because the market's moving up and down doesn't mean you always have to be in it. Look for the high quality trade. Yeah, you probably range the whole entire day, to be honest, Glenn. With this big of a sell-off, yeah, gold could range for a lot of hours. So I think we'd want to be watching, see how this hourly, if it closes below this previous hourly low, or if it wicks back above. If it wicks back above, there's support to potentially pull back. But yeah, after this big of a sell-off, absolutely, you very much could have a huge range. You have these big sell-offs on gold, you range, continue. You have a huge sell-off yesterday, big range, pull back, grab highs, and then you sell off. So it's kind of what we're looking for, something similar here. Your range, come up, tag some highs, and then continue selling off. That's the only way that I will continue selling gold this low, is I'll wait for something like this. Pull back, tag some highs, short. Pull back, maybe tag some highs, short. You don't want to be FOMOing in here, guys, because at any point you can pull back, and these pullbacks on gold, you know, could be 400-500 ticks, and if you're on the wrong side of that, you can get wiped out pretty quick. So be smart in these ranges. So with that being said, YouTube guys, I'm going to wrap up here, guys. Took a nice $880 here today. We took that nice about 200 tick scalp here together. So if you guys did get that trade, well done. For me personally, guys, I'm not trading XFA today because I have to pay out processing, and I'm probably going to lock out this combine for the day as well. Now, for the rest of the day, guys, like I say, gold is very low at major daily support. So don't FOMO in here, guys. Pull back, tag some highs, continue selling. NQ also looks good for shorts. But for me personally, I'll see what I get closer to the New York session. If not, you know, just be done for the day. I'm taking a payout this morning. Take a nice $880 trade here. So I will see you guys same time again tomorrow. Trade safe, guys. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.